Hey guys, what's up? My name is Colin Casper. I am a licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida, and today I want to talk with you about ways to communicate so that people's defenses are down and it avoids conflict. We all know that in relationships it can get messy, and typically that's because people get on the defense. You may say something and it keeps them feeling like they need to justify themselves or defend themselves, and sometimes they attack back, they receive the wrong message. And so I'm going to give you 3 steps that's going to dissolve a lot of that. So the first step of this is you want to communicate in a way that owns your stuff, right? You want to own your stuff, and this is taking ownership for anything you've done wrong. Anything that you can own in the relationship, own it. It's going to be like laying down your sword. So you're coming down here, and when you lay down your sword, it's kind of hard for people to come at you and to stab you when your back is to them. The second thing is you are going to lay down your control. And so this is wording things in a way where you are not telling someone what they're going to do or what you're going to do. Sometimes that's asking permission. It's just changing the wording. It doesn't mean you're not going to do it anyways, but it's a way to not have people's walls go up. And then the third step is you're going to fight the lies. This is the hardest step. And we'll get into these in more detail, but this is essentially understanding what lies someone else might believe about you, the relationship, or the event that's taking place, and combating those before they even bring them up. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. Something common that happens when I'm working with couples is one person in the relationship, and this is typically the guy, he will have a harder time controlling his emotions, and usually that's just anger. So let's say the anger is going up, and this guy's thinking, if I stay here and keep talking with my wife, I'm going to say something really stupid. I'm going to hurt her. It's going to damage our relationship. And so he books it. He walks out the door, and he goes for an hour car ride and comes back, and his wife's thinking, you left me, and then they just get in this deeper fight. Well, there's a way to communicate that doesn't have to sound the alarm and make things get worse. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. So let's say, there's a fight going on, tension's building. The husband is thinking, I'm gonna say something really stupid. So he says something like this. Instead of just leaving and saying, you make me mad, I'm out of here, see ya, he says something like, hey babe, I know that I'm trying to work on my anger and I'm not doing a very good job. I'm trying to get better at it, and I know I've got a long ways to go. I'm just having a really hard time right now. Is it okay if I go for like a 10-minute walk outside, cool down a little bit, and then I want to come back and I want us to talk about this because this is important to me. We got to work through this because I want us to be okay and on the same page because I love you. So that sounds very different. So in that, I used all of those 3 steps. So again, that first step is own your stuff, and that's what I did. I said, hey, I know I'm not very good at this anger stuff. I'm trying to work on it. I've got a long ways to go. I'm not in a good place. I'm putting all of the ownership on me. Now, my wife may have 95% of the problem here, but I'm going to own my part instead of coming at her for her part. I'm going to own my stuff. Number 2, I'm going to lay down my control. I'm not going to say, I'm out of here, see ya. I'm going to say, is it cool with you if I go outside for a walk? So I'm just wording that in a way where I'm asking permission. And when I ask a question versus telling someone what's going to happen, I'm putting myself down here. And the more that you can humble yourself and put yourself down here, the better off you're going to be. God gives grace to the humble, right? And so we want to be humble. so that grace can enter that relationship and into our own lives. And so we want to humble ourselves, come down here. That third step, this is the hardest one. Remember, this is fight the lies. So this is where I'm going to put myself in my wife's shoes and think, what are the things that she might be believing that are going to make her upset right now, or make her feel hurt or abandoned? So those are going to be, man, he's trying to avoid this. He's just walking away so he doesn't have to talk about it. Or this isn't important to him. He only cares about these things. Or he doesn't love me. He just wants to walk away and leave me because I don't matter to him. Well, I tried to fight all of those things. I said, hey, I want to cool down so that we can come back and talk about it. I'm fighting the lie that I'm trying to avoid this. I'm saying, I want to talk about it. Number 2, this is important to me. Right? I'm not saying, I'm fighting the lie that this is not important to me. And I'm not saying, you believe this is what's true. I'm not putting any words or thoughts into my wife. I'm just combating with what I think is going on. I'm not going to tell her what she believes. I'm just going to try to understand and fight whatever might be there. The third one was, I'm going to abandon you. I'm going to leave you. And so, hey, I love you. I'm not trying to leave. I'm going to come back in 10 minutes, right? So all of those things, I'm trying to just diffuse the situation. So the hope is that if you communicate those things, tension will stay low. People will be on the same page with you, because remember, you're humbling yourself, and it's hard to hurt someone or to attack them when they're laying themselves down. And so I hope that this helps you guys in your marriages, in your other relationships at work, with friends, whatever that may be. And just so you guys know, I work at a place called Christian Counseling of South Tampa. We provide counseling virtual and in person in the state of Florida. We can't provide counseling outside of the state of Florida just for licensure reasons. But if you're interested in that, we've got a ton of therapists, male and female. Go on the website. That's www.ccstcounseling.com, and look at the bios, see if there's anyone that's a good fit for you. And the phone number's on the website. Reach out to us if you have any questions. And I love you guys. God bless, and wish you the best.